Today I'm going to recreate the sad story of the smiley critters inside Minecraft. Horror Skunks posted a video where it tells how they were abandoned and became the rejected ones. So I'm going to recreate this story here in Minecraft with all the scenes. In the original video, the first thing we can notice is that there's a place with a table. And on top of it, there are smiley critters being sold. And in this first scene, the overall setting only has grass and trees. A few houses in the background, but very few. So I built the base of the first setting, which is like a flatter area made of grass with lots of trees around and a couple of houses. And great, the little scene turned out pretty nice. Looking at it, this is about where I'll leave the smiley critters standing. They will be sitting on a table, and these are the houses in the background. I'll use this mini block here to build the table. You'll understand soon. I'll build it like this. I think this size is an interesting size. Great. Here, it could be a little bigger. Then I'll use smaller blocks around it to create something like a hole, like this, as if they were the table's edges, here and here. Now it's just a matter of using an even smaller block to fix the details and make it more like this. I'll keep fixing the table until I find a shape that looks good. Here, put it here. Okay, I think this looks good now. In front of the table, there's also a money bag. Well, I created it using mini blocks, so I place it here in front, and well, the decoration looks nice. Then, in the Block Bench app, I'll create this sign here, which goes behind them saying, the smiley critters, and their price, it's literally just 2 cubes, like this. Now, we just need to write here, the smiling creatures. I'll try to make the lettering look similar, like this. Then I come here, place the sign, and look, it's already there, written, the smiley critters. In this scene right after, there's Dog Day and Catnap and 3 other smiling creatures we've never seen. In this case, they'll be rejected. Since no one liked the new smiling creatures, they are kind of thrown in the trash, and only Catnap and Dog Day are accepted. Then a guy comes and turns the sign, making them free. I also made the back of the sign saying that they're free, literally. He even changed their name from the Smiling Critters to the Smiling Cheaters and put free. So I think everything's ready for us to start recording the scenes. The setting is done, and I've also separated all the characters we'll need to use in this video. In this case, I'll be representing Horror Skunks, who will buy the rejected Smiling Critters. This here is the seller and the guy who laughed at them. So, let's go. Here, in the BBS mod, I'll position a camera directly facing this table. And then, on top of it, I'll add all the smiling critters as if they were for sale. But it's too big, so I go here in transform and reduce its size. I think like this it's good. Then I just come here, duplicate, and replace it with another one. In this case, this one here, it'll already come smaller. I put it on the side, duplicate it again. Well, now I've already positioned all of them here. I'll leave them sitting here. I'll do the following. I'll record with this character here. In this case, the camera is only capturing the smiling creatures there. I have to stop here again, hold on, and record faster. I'll come here, get closer, and grab this little sheep for myself. Done. When it disappears from here, I stop the recording, and you see that he got closer because that was the recording I created. When the sheep disappears, now I simply position him a little further back, like here. And I make an animation of his arm reaching over to the sheep to grab it as if he were picking it up. Because in the original trailer, there's actually this scene. Okay, but where's the sheep, Jake? Why isn't it in his hand? Relax, I'll place it now. I just need to add it again. But now, inside the character. Alright, I added the sheep and I click here on left arm. Actually, on right arm. Just click here, right arm. Done. I shrink it down like this and place it correctly in his arm. It will stay here. I think the size I'll give it will be 0.4. The good thing about this mod is that I can add and move things however I want. That's very good. I pull it up and leave it in his hand. I think it can be like this. Done. Perfect. Now when we go back to the scene, the sheep is already in his hand. He'll approach there. Oh, a detail. The sheep is in his hand, but it's wrong, okay? It'll only appear when the other one disappears. Done. He has nothing in his hand, and when it disappears, the other one appears. Now, with this scene running, behind the scenes, I'll record with this other character. He'll be hidden, and then he'll show up and flip this sign here. Okay, then I made the scene of our character appearing behind the smiling creatures and flipping the sign. I just had to place his hand as if he was touching it himself. And great, our first scene is done. And look at that. Now, let's compare the scene I recreated in Minecraft with the original from the sad origin story of the smiling creatures. I think this first scene turned out really good, okay? But we still have many scenes until the end of the video to manage to recreate their full story inside Minecraft. Well, let's not drag this out too much and move on to the next part. Now, we're going to have a sequence of 4 scenes. Right after the main character, which in this case I'm using my skin, takes the rejected smiling creatures for free. They go for a bike bike ride, then they have some fun at the park. Then our character buys what I think is a trampoline for them to jump on and have fun, a stage, something like that. And lastly, the rejected creatures go to sleep and have a nightmare. I'm gonna do these 4 scenes straight through because they are quite short, but they tell a little of the story of how their life was together. The life of our main character taking care of the rejected creatures. This is the middle of our story, and after that, we're going to the end, where something really sad happens. And that's why it's the sad origin story of the rejected creatures. Well, I already built some parts of the next setting, which will be for these 4 scenes. I added 2 buildings with a road and a small pond where the character will be riding the bike. I also left a space with trees and some grass, which will be the setting to represent the park where they will have fun and play. All that's missing is the trampoline and their bedroom where they go to sleep and have the nightmare. But before building the next settings, let's start by creating the scene here. I need to have them riding the bike. It could be from here to there. Inside this model block, I have several models that I've already used on the channel. I have a bike here that looks very similar to the one in the original scene. Well, what I need to do is go here and edit it by adding a part to it. In this case, it's just about adding our rejected critters. I'll shrink them a bit in size like this and place them inside the basket. Then I put one, make it look nice there, place the other, and now only one is missing. Perfect. I'll just position it here too so all 3 can fit. I'll adjust it a bit because they're kind of taking up too much space. Pull this back a little. Here. And well, I also can't forget to add my character. I just need to change his skin later. Wow, I'm too small. I need to be a bit bigger. Ah, yes. Okay, I'll just change the skin later to be my human skin. I'll position my leg as if it were actually pedaling the bike. So, raise it a little, put it correctly on the pedal here to the side, and this one too. Then I just adjusted the position to make it look like I was really riding a bike, but in Minecraft. And look at that, it turned out perfect. What do you think of the creation of this model, right? You could say it's a creation. Okay, the rejected creatures are here in the back. Now it's just a matter of recording with them. I'll add a camera here, positioned roughly like this. I'll start riding the bike from here to there. The cool thing about this mod is that I can position the camera as if it were a little drone. Look, just zoom in more or less where I want, then I adjust its movement. Then I click to add replay and choose our little bike. Now I just press record. These lines here show me where I need to go, which is the camera's path. I just need to keep going until I reach the end. Keep going, and once I get here, stop. And our bike riding scene is done. Look how cool. Alright, now I just need to position a nicer camera, zoom in, and show the lake in the background. But I'll fix that. Well, remember I split this scene into 4 parts, right? Now there's also the part in the park, then at the stage, and finally when they're sleeping. In the park, I can choose any place that has some trees. It could be here. Here is good. I'll place them here with our main character, who is the protagonist. They'll be having fun with him in the middle of the park. I've already separated all the characters I'm going to use. In this case, it's me and the 3 rejected creatures. Then I add a camera here. Everyone's already positioned here, but they're all bugged, so I just need to adjust them. Then I can press record. Well, since the camera is recording from behind, I just need to turn my back to the camera like this and looking at the ground. They'll be standing here on the ground looking at me. I'll make a funny face and they'll get scared. Then they'll make some funny faces back. So alright, stop recording. I need to position each one of them properly here, but obviously smaller because they're too big. So just do this. I take this one, place it here, and shrink its size too, so it's the same size as the others. And lastly, this one, I position him here and shrink his size as well. It's so cool. I managed to move all of them. Just place them here. Now, I'm going to make each of them pull a funny face. I'll make this one look upwards, stretching his face a little, put his hands like this as if he's pulling his cheeks. Then I just need to do one for each of them. Place this one here. Perfect. And then I recorded with each of them. Our scene is ready. Look at that. I did the hand animations and all that. I'll show you the result in a bit. Just hold on. I'll show all 4 at once. The bike scene, the park scene, the nightmare scene, and the stage scene. But before that, let's do this. I built a space where their house will be, and I also left a spot to place the stage that our character buys so they can have fun. Alright? And look at that. Their house turned out really cute. This will be the setting for the final part of the video, but I'll take advantage of it because there's the bedroom and all that. This is where the whole tragedy will happen. You'll still see it, don't worry. Then, I left a spot aside, because here's the thing. I'll place the stage I made in the Blockbench app. You guys are already used to seeing me building there. We're going to record just one scene of them jumping here. I'll position the camera near this stage. I still don't quite get whether this is really just a stage or if there's some kind of trampoline or bouncy castle here, because in the original scene, they're jumping on it. But I don't think so. Anyway, I left the characters separated here. I'm gonna record with them, alright? Press here. The recording has already started with the camera. This one, I'll make it do just a basic little jump. The one that jumps the most here, actually, is the sheep character. So, alright? Record her as well. She's going to jump here, go to the other side, and fall there. Perfect. Stop the recording. I'll remove the movement she has because she jumps up and spins in the air. So, I need to animate her spinning. I'll leave it showing an example for you. It's as if she's floating. I don't know how she managed to float in the air, but she did somehow. You can see it. So pull this down, rotate it again. Here, I'll raise his arms as if he's controlling himself in the air. I think it'll look pretty interesting. Move his arms here. Let me zoom in a bit to have better control. Here, pull like this to have better control. Here, pull like this. And then I did all the animation for the sheep and the other character that was missing. The result turned out really good. Look at how it turned out. I placed her here. Remember that I made her float up? Exactly, because she makes a really weird movement. Whoops, hold on. Trust me, it'll look just like it did in the trailer. Well, it's not a trailer, right? It's a story. Now, inside the house, I just need to place them sleeping on the bed. They have to be much smaller so that all three can fit, right? I'll place them here, and then I'll make a forest because they'll have a nightmare, like this. The nightmare is kind of like a guy chasing them, and they get scared. All right, put this one there too. Let me take advantage of this same model block to place the last one. Here, this is the last one. The characters are ready. Just place him lying down there as well. Perfect. Then I built the forest that appears in the rejected critter's nightmare. This is where it happens. A guy shows up who is the villain of the story, chasing them. So the first recording I'll do is with him. With this one. With the rejected critter. Here's the camera. I'll walk and follow it because I need to run out as if I'm escaping from the nightmare. Alright, once that's recorded, I'll come here and record with the villain of the story. And for that, it's just a matter of making him chase her. Look, here he is. He'll have a knife in his hand or something like that to chase them. Now, our 4 scenes, which I had combined into one, where he has fun and all, are ready. I'll show you the original version of each of them. The bike ride, the park, the stage, and the nightmare. And I'll also show you the Minecraft version of each of them, so you can compare how they turned out. But this isn't over yet, okay? There's still the final part of our story, which is the conclusion, where the tragedy happens, and that's why the story is called The Sad Story, right? Because unfortunately, it's not a happy story. So let's go. This last scene will require a lot of characters. Right after the nightmare, it cuts to a scene where our rejected critters are doing a show, and many people are watching this show. After the villain realizes that, in fact, they are talented because they did a show and earned a lot of money, he decides to take them back. But the protagonist is Horror Skunks. He doesn't want to give the rejected critters back. So the villain, well, he kills Horror Skunks and takes the rejected critters by force. And that's why it's a sad story. It'll take a while because now we have a lot of characters to place in the scene. Well, to avoid taking too long, I already recorded with each of the characters who appear in the audience. I left them standing there because otherwise it would take too long to show you. And now the scene of them performing is ready. Look at that. You know that part of his dream, the nightmare, where the villain was chasing him with a knife? Well, the nightmare continues here, kind of like in a flashback, showing him performing. I think they were inspired by the dream. But now, after this part where they perform, the sad part happens. I'll need to go back here, and I already left them sitting here. I'm going to create our last camera and the final scene. The camera will be exactly in this position, and I need to add my character. Wow, at the beginning of the video, there were no characters. Look how many characters I've already used just in this video. It's a lot. Now, I'm going to add this one here. We'll edit him and make him grab a knife. Now, I just need to add this knife here in his hand, in his right hand, in this case here, right arm, and rotate it down. Wait, I'll just rotate it nicely. Like this? Perfect. I think it can be a bit smaller. It doesn't need to be that big. It can be like this. Perfect. Now we need to animate it. This will take a little while, so I'll start the animation and then I'll show you the result. So I did the animation for the final scene. And guys, it's ready. I'll leave you with the result of the sad story of the rejected creatures, but Minecraft version. Comment down below what you thought. Thanks.
Damn, who made these? You look absolutely disgusting. Is that supposed to be a skunk or something? Wow! I should never have approved these designs! The smiling shitters, now for free!
Are they free?
You want these smiling shitters? Here you go!
Oh. Hello. Watch me. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Next week will be your own talent show. Good job, guys. Sleep well, Skunky, Foxy, and Cheeky. And remember, I love you guys.
Do you think that our creator still thinks we're missers? Or failures?
No, guys, you are amazing. Tomorrow will be the best day of your life. Donate if you like the show. Oh, thank you.
It's me! I want my money!
You gave them for free.
I don't care! I want $5,000! Get out! You are